Hi, class. How's it going? I am beaming to you from my home office slash my daughter's playroom. Yeah, there's there's all these like little arts and crafts supplies all around me right now. Um, I am sorry, excuse me. I'm still getting over the flu. You guys have really seen me at my best this semester. I'm so sorry. Um, so I've just read through everybody's revisions that were posted to the discussion board, and I am so impressed with you guys. This has just been a fantastic class. These drafts are just super cool, really powerful, some great details, and some great responses from classmates. So you've been making some excellent suggestions about revision and some possibilities for new titles. I really enjoyed reading those, and I just think you guys are going to do fantastic on this. There are a few people who haven't posted yet to the discussion board, so this is my heads up and my reminder to go ahead and do that as soon as possible, because you don't want to miss out on those points. But it's also important. You want to get some feedback before you submit your final draft. And that final draft is due Sunday, tomorrow night by 11:59 p.m. And that's on the 11th, of course. There's no guarantee you're actually watching this video on the 10th. All right. So we're about to enter into a whole new module of the course. I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite things to talk about, which is rhetoric and the rhetorical situation. You guys are going to learn some new Greek words if you don't know them already. You're going to learn ethos, pathos, logos. And there's a really excellent video called What Aristotle and Joshua Bell Can Teach Us About Persuasion. That's a TED talk. It's a TED education talk, and it's really cool. It's a very nice, straightforward way of looking at the rhetorical appeals and looking at rhetoric and how something or someone can be more persuasive in various different contexts. It's something that we don't often think about. Often, I think we make the mistake of assuming that if we've got all the right facts, then we don't have to support those facts necessarily. We have all the right facts and that's it. Somebody should just believe you. But I think that's not always the case. In fact, it's not often the case. Anybody who's ever argued with a relative or a friend who's on a different part of the political spectrum, and you've had your facts and you say fact, 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 and they come back at you and they say fact, 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 and then nobody gets along. Well, not surprising, because it takes more than facts to persuade people. So that's really a lot about what this unit is about. Like, how do we actually go beyond just stating the facts? And how do we understand who we're talking to, how we're talking to them, how persuasive we are in a given situation? And all of that kind of comes together to produce convincing and effective rhetoric, depending on how well we've judged that situation. And so the initial work that we do in this unit is going to really help you understand all that stuff. So I'm going to want you to read chapter 1 and chapter 2. They're not long chapters and they're pretty accessibly written, so I don't think that should be too bad. I've also got a few suggestions for notes and some thought exercises for you guys to do while you're doing those. You can just go to D2L Content tab, Module 2, Lesson 1, and read about those. Next, I want you to view that video, and I've got a link in that same module lesson to watch that video. And I'm also going to want you guys to watch some commercials. So I'm super excited about these commercials. None of them are brand new from this Super Bowl, but there are some commercials that were played during the Super Bowl in there. And there's one classic commercial with Joe Namath in a pantyhose ad that I think you guys are going to love. And so for your discussion board assignments this week, your first assignment is to pick one of these commercials. It can be one of the ones that I posted, that I linked to online, or you can just choose your own commercial. I didn't watch this most recent Super Bowl, so I didn't watch the most recent Super Bowl ads. But you might have, and you could have some great suggestions for commercials that we should analyze rhetorically. And you can find all those on YouTube. So any commercial that you can think of, you can watch on YouTube. So if you have a different commercial that you want to watch and that you want to analyze, no big deal. That's awesome. Copy the URL on YouTube and paste it into the discussion post. And then for analyzing these rhetorically, what I'd like you to do is to look through the questions on the assignment sheet for the rhetorical analysis essay. There are a bunch of different questions that I've listed in there, and I'm trying to remember what the heading is. Just questions to consider as you analyze your chosen text. So there's a series of about 8 or 9 questions. Think about those questions when you're analyzing your commercial rhetorically. And ultimately, what I want you to do is, sort of analyze it. So pick it apart and see how it's using different rhetorical appeals. See how it's targeting its audience. See if you could figure out who that audience is. And then once you've kind of analyzed it, broken it apart into its pieces, what I'd like you to do is to evaluate whether or not you think it's an effective commercial. And this is important because you're putting forward an argument in your discussion post that's due on Wednesday. And then by Sunday, I expect you to respond to at least 2 classmates and talk about whether or not you agree that that particular commercial is effective or not, and talk about why. Maybe you have a disagreement about their target audience. Maybe you've got a disagreement about how they're using the rhetorical appeals. This is really important because this kind of evaluative, analytical and evaluative thinking is what's going to be essential for your module project, which will be a rhetorical analysis essay. And the genre that you'll do it in is a traditional academic essay. And if you don't know the term genre, don't worry, you will very soon. We're going to be talking a lot more about genre next week. So good luck. If you've got any problems submitting your personal essay, get in touch. Otherwise, I look forward to reading those starting this upcoming week. It usually takes me about a week to turn over and grade those and get them back to you. If you've got any questions about anything having to do with that process, let me know. I've also explained step-by-step on our D2L announcements page how to submit those using the D2L assignments tab. If you've got any questions about that, or there's anything that happens, any blip that occurs, just let me know. And I look forward to reading these. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this unit. It's a lot of fun to analyze commercials. They're pretty weird, it turns out. So I hope you're enjoying your day. I hope you enjoy your week. Stay warm. And I'll talk to you guys again next week. Thanks. Bye.